Hi everybody, I hope you are all really well. So I'm having a little bit of a problem with my right shoulder at the moment. I've had physio look at it and it turns out I've got a bit of a lazy rotator cuff going on, so my shoulder's rolling in. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I'm getting a little bit of pain. So I thought that today we would do a pretty slow and restorative class that is going to be focused on the upper body and the shoulders and all of the area around them. If you do have yoga blocks, then they could be really helpful. Absolutely not necessary if you don't. For the last posture, you'll just need something to place along your spine. So either another yoga mat rolled up, or a blanket, or a bolster if you have one, or, as I said, a block. We're going to make a start today in child's pose with the big toes connected, the knees as wide as feels comfortable, and then walk the hands forwards until the chest starts to melt down in between your thighs and eventually the forehead drops down to the earth. Now, instead of keeping the arms really active here, just let them be soft, let the elbows connect with the mat and feel that space being created across the top of your back. Let the forehead rock from side to side, so from left to right, just massaging out the brow. This is a place that we hold on to lots of stress and tension. Every time that we're worried or stressed, we tend to frown and scrunch up the brows. So just giving it a little bit of a massage can help to calm the nervous system. Good. Come back to stillness. Take 3 more big breaths here. With each breath in, feel your body lift. And with each breath out, allow everything to soften and relax. Keeping the lower body as it is, for our first posture, we're going to lift the chest slightly, keep the right hand where it is, and then just thread your left arm underneath the right. Tiptoe the left fingertips as far across as you can, and then allow your left ear to drop down to the earth. You can keep the left palm facing down towards the ground, or you can turn it up towards the ceiling. It doesn't make a difference, just do what feels best in your shoulder. Let the hips continue to drop down towards your heels and keep reaching through the right fingertips. I invite you to keep your eyes closed for as much of this practice as you can, just allowing the body to stay in this place of softness and quiet. Your inhales should help to build the sensation, to deepen the stretch in the outside of your shoulders. The skin stretches and expands. And your exhales should help you to release any stored up tension, any tightness. Taking 5 more breaths here. On your next inhale, press down firmly through the right hand so that you can gently draw that left arm out from underneath the right and re-extend it towards the top of the mat. Pause here for a couple of moments. Observe any differences that you're feeling in your left arm in comparison to the right. And then when you're ready, push down firmly through the left hand so that you can lift the chest slightly, threading the right arm underneath the left and allowing your right ear to drop down to the mat. Again, option to keep the palm facing down to the earth or up towards the sky. Try to completely relax through your head. See if you can take your breath into the back body here. Feeling the back of the rib cage lift with the inhales and feeling the whole body surrender with the exhales. Our target area for this stretch is into the shoulder blade and the back of the shoulder joint. You might also feel a gentle stretch down the back of the right arm as well. Last 3 big breaths here. To release from the posture, just press down through that left hand, unravel the right arm, re-extending it out long, pausing for 2 big breaths here. And then on your next inhale, take the gaze to the top of the mat. Start to lift the hips up, coming to find your tabletop position. So you might need to narrow the distance in between your knees and just unconnect the big toes. Take a little round of your cat-cow here, just enjoying what you're experiencing in the body. There might be quite a lot of sensation down the insides of your thighs and into your hips. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit of warmth and length in the shoulders as well. And then from your tabletop position, we're going to come down onto the belly. So take your time and then keep the elbows underneath your shoulders as you place the palms of the hands and the forearms down onto the mat. So we're pressing down through the forearms and through the palms of the hands. And we're just trying to lift up and out of the shoulders. Bring your feet as far apart as you need to. Try to completely relax the glutes. So usually I would tell you to activate the glutes if you're coming into any sort of back bend, but in our more yin practice, we aren't forcing anything too deep, and we're also trying to instill as much relaxation into the body as we can. So we don't want to be gripping and tightening into the muscles. If you feel any compression in your lower back, that's no problem at all. If you've got any sharp shooting pain, then you can just lower down and support your forehead with your hands. Now, from our Sphinx pose, we're going to be here for a few rounds of breath once again. You can stay exactly as you are with the gaze out long, or if you want to relax the head a little bit and you have a block handy, you don't even need to use a block. You can just let the chin drop down towards your chest. If that feels a little bit too much on the muscles down the back of the neck, then support your forehead with a block or a cushion or anything like that. And then let the chest drop down towards the earth. Don't worry about the shoulder blades drawing towards each other. That's no problem at all. Taking just 3 more big breaths here. And then from our Sphinx pose, we're once again going to thread the left arm underneath the right. So you can shuffle that right hand forwards a little bit and lift the elbow. Thread the left arm underneath the right. Now, if this is already giving you a great stretch, then you can stay exactly as you are, or you can pick up the right hand and reach the right fingertips as far across towards the left-hand side as you can as well. Now then you just want to relax your chin as much as you can, letting it drop to the outsides of the arms. And again, if you need a block here to support your forehead, then that's no problem at all. But just remember, you don't have to come into the fullest expression of the posture. For me, if I'm crossing both arms over at the moment, that's a little bit too much on my right shoulder joint. And I'm getting plenty enough of a stretch by just extending the left fingertips towards the right hand side and allowing my right ear to drop down to the mat. Take 2 more big breaths here. If If you have both arms crossed in front of your chest, the more that you tiptoe those fingertips apart, so stretch the right fingertips towards the left and the left fingertips towards the right, the deeper you will feel that across the top of your back. And then to ease out, press down through that right hand. Just slowly unravel the left arm from underneath the right. Come back into your Sphinx pose for a couple of moments. And then before we do the other side, we're just going to open up into the right-hand side of the chest and into those pec muscles. So we're going to extend the right arm out wide, palm of the hand faces down, and then let your right ear drop down to the mat as well. Roll onto the right-hand side of your body. You can stay exactly as you are with the left leg stacked on top of the right, or if this feels too much, slide the knees slightly closer to the chest. But if it doesn't feel like it's quite enough, you can also take a bend through your left knee and let the sole of the left foot drop down to the earth behind your right thigh. This is just going to let you roll the weight backwards slightly so that you get a deeper stretch into those pec muscles. And you can keep the left fingertips where they are, or you can lift the left arm up and over and place the forearm in the small of your back. Again, if you have a block handy and you want to support your head here, then that's also an option. Please don't cause any sort of pain here. It's okay to have a little bit of discomfort, but no pain. 3 more breaths. And then use your next exhale to bring that left hand down next to your nose, slowly rolling all the way back down onto your belly. Make a little pillow with your hands. Pause for a moment here. Let the hips sway from side to side. And then when you're ready, come back to find your Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath the shoulders, forearms and palms facing down, running parallel to one another. And then slide your left hand slightly further forward and lift the left elbow, threading the right arm underneath the left. Again, this is your first option. You can keep reaching the left fingertips away and let your right ear come down to the mat. Or you can start to thread or reach the left fingertips towards the right hand side. So you're crossing the upper arms directly below your neck, and then allowing the chin to drop down to the outside of your left upper arm. It might be that you can go a little bit deeper on this side. For me, this one feels much more accessible. The full expression feels much more accessible on this side. I couldn't do it on the first side because of my shoulder. And see if you can take the breath into the back of the rib cage. Feel that lift. Feel the shoulder blades drawing away from each other. Taking 3 more big breaths here. As I'm sure you've heard me say loads of times before, we can really use our breath to help instill whatever state we want into our nervous system and into our physical being. So right now we're wanting to calm and relax the body. So make sure that the breath is long and slow, and that will really help you to achieve that state. Awesome. Whenever you're ready, slowly easing out of the posture, coming back to find that Sphinx pose, lifting up through the shoulders, pressing the chest forwards, taking the gaze out long. And then we're going to come to find that chest opener on the left-hand side. So left arm extends out wide, palm of the hand faces down. Left ear drops down to the earth, and then you can use your right hand to help you roll yourself onto the left-hand side of the body. You can stay exactly as you are, or you have the option to draw the knees in towards the chest to just relieve the pressure on the shoulder. Or if you want to go a little bit deeper, take a bend through that right knee, lift the right knee up towards the sky, and let the sole of the right foot drop down to the earth behind your left thigh. You can then keep the right hand here just to add a little bit of support, or you can lift it up and over and place the forearm in the small of your back. try to be completely honest with yourself when it comes to these stretches. Do not be driven by any sort of ego. So if you are experiencing pain and you know that it shouldn't feel like that, then just adjust yourself. You want to find that sweet spot where you know that the stretch is benefiting in the right places. Last 2 breaths here. Awesome. Take your time to place the right fingertips back down next to your nose so that you can roll back onto the belly with as much control as you can find. Come to create that little pillow with the hands, once again, resting the forehead down. This time, take a bend through the knees, stacking the ankles on top of the knees, and just let the feet sway from side to side. It should feel really good in the pelvis and into the glutes and the lumbar spine. Amazing. Come back to find stillness. Heading back into that Sphinx pose once again. Lots of Sphinx pose today. And then we're going to come into a slightly funky little transition. So slide your right knee out wide, bringing the inside edge of your right foot down against the earth. So if you have a little peek down, your right leg should be at a complete right angle. And then we're going to press down firmly through the right hand so that you can lift the right elbow up and then reach the left arm underneath towards your right knee. Now from here, roll to the back of that left shoulder blade and then allow the right shoulder and the right side of the chest to start peeling up towards the sky, perhaps extending your right arm out wide. Now, usually when I teach a twist, we would always say that you want to have your shoulder blades connected to the mat. But with this one, we're just going to keep that right knee connected with the earth, and then you can just let the right arm hang down towards the mat, just landing wherever it gets to. If you can, look up towards the sky. You should get quite a nice release into the back of the right shoulder and all the way across the right hand side of the chest and the pecs. Awesome. Last 3 big breaths here. And then whenever you are ready, slowly unravel, rolling back down through your Sphinx pose. Keep the right leg where it is for a moment, and then slide the right foot back to meet the left. You can just let the glutes and the hips rock from side to side whilst maintaining that Sphinx pose. And then taking it over to the other side, so slide that left knee out wide. Have a little peek down if you're not sure, just to make sure that it's in a right angle position. And then we're going to pick the left elbow up by pressing down firmly through the left hand, and then reach the right arm underneath to take hold of the outside of the left knee. And then you're just going to start to let the left shoulder and the left hand side of your chest roll up towards the ceiling and open up towards the side. You can keep your left hand on your shoulder, or you can let it open up out wide, whatever feels best for you. Keep breathing here. On your next exhale, slowly bring that left forearm back down to the mat, rolling onto your belly, coming into that Sphinx pose, and then slide the left foot out to meet the right. Again, just releasing through the hips by letting them sway from side to side. Now from our Sphinx pose, we're going to transition straight onto our back. So literally just rolling over. Now this is where you are going to need either a block or a blanket. And if you have 2 blocks, then that's even better, but it's not necessary. So we're going to place 1 block or the blanket or the rolled up yoga mat, whatever you have handy, lengthways so that it's going to go down your spine. And then if you have another block, you can place it horizontally just to serve as a little cushion for the back of your head. As I said, this isn't necessary, and also you don't have to use a block for this. You can use anything that's just going to lift your head up, but also if you are already quite open into your shoulders and into your chest, then it might be that you don't want to use anything behind your head and you just want to let the head hang down and connect with the earth instead. And then just let your arms come down by your side. Bring the eyes down to a close. Feel the shoulder blades cascading down either side of the block. And if you're lucky like me, you might be able to even feel the corners of the block serving as a little bit of trigger point release, getting into some slightly juicier, knottier parts of the shoulder blades. Allow the breath to remain really long and consistent, helping you to relax down over these supports. Taking 8 more rounds of breath here. By all means, stay here for as long as you have time to. Just enjoying that expansion that you are generating across the chest and into the front of the body. So really opening up. If you work at a desk, then this is going to have an amazing counteractive effect on the body. So really trying to roll the shoulders back. This will improve your posture enormously. Whenever you are ready to release, just slowly, slowly lift yourselves all the way up, coming to find a comfortable cross-legged or kneeling position, finding that length all the way along the spine. Keep the eyes closed. Just pause for a moment in stillness here, observing what's going on in the body. Taking a last couple of big breaths here. And then connecting the hands at heart center, resting the thumbs lightly on your chest, bowing your heads. Take a big breath in through the nose, open the mouth, side out. Thank you so much for tuning in to Move With Me once again. Make sure you offer yourself gratitude for showing up for your practice. And I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Namaste. I'm very sorry about the dog who is having, I think, a little bit of a bad dream just below the camera. So you might have heard a few interesting sound effects. Thank you so much for moving with me once again. I really hope you feel the benefits of this. Not all yoga has to be super quick and super fast paced for you to feel the benefits. Often we rush through life, that actually we can use our practice to slow everything down a little bit and just build on that yin energy that we often lack. So I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Take care.